Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked, and if you want my thorough review of this past Monday Night Raw, that was it. I am your host, LeftEyeEgo. We will not be boring tonight as we got a lot to talk about of the world of the WWE as we are a week and a half away from the second biggest party of the summer for $25 a sheet now. That being SummerSlam. Let's go around the horn.
What?
Yeah. $25 a seat now. That's desperation. I smell, folks. Let's go around the horn and introduce everyone. To my stage right, he's my partner on the show. He's the co-pilot of the show. He has incredibly bad takes, which he's going to have to defend tonight in a segment all to himself. Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
I am surprisingly fired up to share my hot take. And it's about time that my brilliance is, for the first time in what seems like a long time, being shown upon the world and the Wednesday Night is Overbooked chat. So I appreciate it.
That is so cute.
I can't wait.
Directly beneath him, I'm sure someone who cannot wait. He's got the spit ready. He's gonna can't wait. It is the Duke Devil 95, the captain of his own Starfleet, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir?
Honestly, I don't even know which bad take we're talking about. I've gotten so lost over this time. It's so difficult. But you got Ego up there boasting like he's ready for his defense, but already look, he's off center. Just like any attack he's gonna mount tonight.
Fatality.
And directly beneath me is the illuminating, aerated Terminator. It is the Unbearable 73. Matt, how are you, sir?
I'm a little tired, but otherwise good. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. I know how we can solve the ticket sales problem. Not only they cut the $25, but they give an autographed picture of Triple H and The Rock and a special WWE Night A style action figure with every ticket. That will get those people into those seats.
Wait, did you just say The Rock?
Well, Triple H and The Rock.
Go fuck yourself.
No. So let's introduce to the chat. We have from Huntsville, Alabama. It is Keely Chow. Roll Tide, sir. Roll Tide. We also have in the chat right now, we've got Mr. Tully Television. Yes, let's get those likes over 13. We will talk about that in just a second, sir.
Keely will appear 1 million more times in the chat than the page will ever be.
Otherwise, you are cursed. Mr. Eric Douglas, hello, sir. How are you? Mr. Fractured Filter, hello, sir. How are you as well? What the hell was that? And we've also
papers.
I know, right? It's great.
Someone's
being well. Then if I wow, hold on. We got to give it to him. Keely Chow. Here you go.
Oh! Fatality.
I didn't even see the comment.
In the U.S. Bank Stadium will be more exciting than a Vikings game. Wow. And Keely Chow again, is Eagle going to get roasted the same way I want the Cowboys to roast the Eagles? Probably not.
It won't be as bad.
It won't be as bad. So we're talking about the likes. We got to our goal last week of a dozen likes, which means we get to talk to Momo came and said hi. And I'm looking at the chat right now. We are already at double digits. We're already at 10 likes. We are 2 likes away from speaking to Momo this early in the show. This can make this happen. And because we got to talk to Momo last week, that means you guys in the chat, you get a special segment. We do this every now and then when Momo makes an appearance. We're going to run a gauntlet again. I'm going to give a name, and then I'm going to give a list of 12 names. When you hear a name that is better than the original name, you say stop. what's it say? When if he wins, how long would y'all keep her away from it? Well, we will talk about that later on.
Better in what sense?
Better as in a better performer, better overall. Because we're going to talk tag teams.
Not better as in a human being or anything. Just better.
Correct.
Yeah, because there are a lot of bad human beings. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Especially on these rosters sometimes.
True story. So we're going to talk tag teams. And the tag team that is going to run the gauntlet, Ego, it's your boys. It's the Hardy Boys. So when you hear a tag team that is better than the Hardy Boys, you say stop.
If he says stop with the Usos, we kick him permanently.
Yes.
And this is prime Hardy Boys. by the
Yes.
way.
Number one, the Bushwhackers.
They're, I mean, underrated, but not as the Hardys. But they are. We laugh, but they're a pretty good team. So it's not like they were.
They were fun. They were
They
fun.
They were fun for what they were.
Clean workers, you know, the whole bit. Yeah.
Number two, Enzo and Cass.
Jesus, they're coming back.
I know. Well, maybe not as a team, and we may discuss that.
No, I mean they didn't have big enough run.
Number three, the Powers of Pain.
Ooh, they had stayed together a long time, man.
The Barbarian
All right.
and
Yeah,
the
who's Powers of
Warlord.
Pain?
The Barbarian and the Warlord. The Barbarian was the better of the two. The Warlord was just a big guy.
Good wrestler, but not me. You know.
Number four, the Rockers.
No.
No.
No, I guess not.
Number five, one day-ish, the Usos.
God, no.
Nope.
Thank God he's muted.
I
He's
think
looking.
over
He's
the show.
struggling. He's struggling.
thinking about this.
If he unmutes, just
Good.
kick his.
Okay, good.
just kick him.
Good boy, Ego. Good boy.
Yeah, you've had plenty of bad takes. You don't need to keep doing those. It's good to admit your problems.
Can't risk it.
Number six.
Can't risk it.
Number six, the Brain Busters.
No.
That's an old one. No.
But Tully and Arn.
I know.
Really good, but not quite the Hardys.
All right. Now we're getting into the dicey territory here. Edge and Christian.
Ooh.
Do we count post WWE team ups?
I think this is only WWE stuff.
Eric said stop at the Rockers.
Oh, wow. The Rockers.
They weren't together long enough.
Yeah.
No.
The Hardys have
No.
like
Longevity.
30 years.
Longevity, yeah.
I mean, I do count their non-WWE, so for purpose of Edge and Christian, I still say no, but I will count their non-WWE stuff.
All right, number eight.
Uh,
Number eight. The LOD, the Road Warriors.
Ooh,
Ooh, this is tough.
Wow.
Because there's just so much history there.
this is
Oh, what a rush.
like this is as close as you can get. I'm still going to say no, but like
I think the high flying nature of the Hardys just puts them over a little bit.
no, the Road Warriors never did as brutal as Hardy did in hardcore.
Right. Yeah.
They might have if they were young and healthy in the right decade, but
I mean,
Yeah, they weren't doing it back then.
and I have seen Animal. That is a massive human being.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive human being.
Yeah.
All right. The final four. The Dudleys.
yes,
Matt saying yes.
this is unequivocal. I remember all of the Dudleys, not just WWD Dudleys. So
ECW.
Mhm.
ECW, TNA,
TNA.
W, Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. I've watched the Dudleys in like 15 or 20 different federations. You know,
Okay. So
I'm going to say stop too.
I'm fine with that decision. I mean,
Keely said stop.
Perfect foil.
Fractured said stop. Matt said stop. Ego said stop. Brad, you on board with stop?
I was fine with that decision. Yeah.
Okay. The remaining
What's
three.
left?
Oh, you didn't know? the New Age Outlaws.
You know, actually, I would not stop.
I wouldn't on the
Well,
New
here's the
Outlaws.
thing.
Okay,
As
well,
good as
hang
they
on.
were, a lot of their chunk comes from the Horseman time, not the Horseman, the DX time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta, like, to be fair, if we're just doing tag team time.
Right.
You know,
And then the final two. Yes. Keely Chow. Oh, my brother. Testify. The final two. The new day.
no.
No.
I guess not.
And then the final one. The Pink and Black Attack, the Heart Foundation.
I would have gone with
said
the Heart
stop.
Foundation.
I would have said
I would
stop.
have said no.
You
Really?
And I love.
Okay, let it show for the record. Even I said you got to stop.
Well, the thing is, the Heart Foundation isn't just Brett and the Anvil. It was Owen and the Anvil. Then it was
Well,
Owen and Brett.
there
know,
was
like-
Oh, I was just thinking Brett and the Anvil.
right. So, but they later morphed into with Davy Boy and Owen
Yeah, I mean,
and DeBrian and the Brian
the one I was waiting for was the Steiners.
Pillman. No, none, not the Steiners, not the Steiners.
That's
And
the greatest tag team of all time to me, the Steiner brothers.
And that's a little fun thing.
Let's not do the math on that one.
Yeah, let's definitely. Hold on. We got to do this. We got to do this. Hold on.
Your ruler has arrived.
My
that
brother
Brett?
has 17 brain cells,
Brett.
and I have 14. When you add 17 and 14, you get over 100. And I have.
That was a freaking layup.
That was so crazy. So that is what we do when we reach our goal. And I'm looking over right. Whoa. Hello, Momo. This is one of the earliest Momo sightings we have gotten, which means we got time to adjust this goal to get not one, but two special segments next week. The next goal is 16. We're looking for 16. Once we get to 16, I want to see in the chat. I want to see everyone shouting
Don't
Momo. I want to see
Don't
everyone
do-
shouting Momo.
don't
chat.
tempt Roman. Stop it. You know what's going to happen. You know what Roman's going to do if he's here.
Hello, Mr. Roman of the
There you go. Wait for it for the 16. You know what he's going to do.
You know what? So I did a video today. I've been very critical of the WWE as we have been for about the last year, practically. But we want to talk about the deep freeze. As we have seen talents that have been hot, come in hot, get on a hot streak, and then just go for whatever reason or another, just go completely ice cold. Now, I mentioned four specific talents. Each of us is going to give our notes on what we think the reasoning behind this cool down of these talents go. And we're just going to go around the horn. Starting off with Mr. LeftEyeEgo. You were given the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker. What do you got? Give us your take on the cool down of Braun Breaker.
All right, so guys, a quick summary is going to be from JV's video they posted earlier today. Check that out if you haven't already. So I'm just going to run through just a quick timeline with my
Hi,
thoughts
Sherry.
on it. So 2024, I mean, that was when Braun Breaker was kind of just starting out. I mean, he was having his feud with both, I think, Ilya Dragunov before when he was in NXT, and it culminated with him feuding with Jey Uso to win the Intercontinental Championship in October of 2024. Fast forward to November 2025, and this guy's mixing it up with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, the Usos, when it's the War Games. And it starts off extremely hot, too, because in 2026, he's facing CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. This is pretty much as red hot as Braun Breaker can get. And, you know, he winds up losing that title in January. He loses a shot at winning WrestleMania in January. We'll talk about that at a later time because of the reasons. it seems like things are going to get better post injury after he has that hernia injury in February 2nd of this year. And we fast forward to about May of that time frame. He beat Seth Rollins. That Backlash, things are looking great. Then he winds up losing to Seth Rollins. By June 5th, he loses a King of the Ring bid in the qualifiers, which is very just completely disrespectful. I mean, he didn't even get to go past the first round. We're looking at him lose 17 days later when he strapped with the title against the Street Profits in a match on Raw in the middle of June. 5 days later, he loses to Seth at Night of Champions. We understand it's Hell in a Cell. You have to end the feud. That's fantastic. We get it, but
it was just a cage. It was just a cage match.
Just a cage match. I'm sorry. And now we see him essentially just straddle with the tag team title. So I mean, from what seemed like a fantastic rocket projection, not even 2 years ago, seems like he has gone completely ice cold. Now we can't go without saying that injuries have played a major role in what I call the hospital room unit, or the waiting room, and that is the Vision. It played a major part.
Hang on.
Fatality.
Mark that down. We can't go without saying that there have been significant injuries that have pushed up the timeline and seemingly stalled them out. But it's incredibly sad to see that he's cooled off. I do think that once things settle, I think maybe post SummerSlam there is a trajectory that he can be on. We'll have Brock Lesnar's retirement match will be done. We'll figure out what the feuds are going to look like post SummerSlam, and there might be a way for him to get back into some kind of championship contendership that doesn't involve the Intercontinental or the United States Championship. I'm not sure if that includes some kind of feud with Obafemi or what. I don't technically see a path. I just know that there can be one. It just has to be something that's going to make sense. And I don't think things shake out for him until after SummerSlam, after we complete, I guess, what the mid-season finale of the current season of WWE.
Okay, now you mentioned his injury. He was out for about 6 weeks? Somewhere in that.
Yeah, I think it was almost closer to 7 or 8 at that point. Just because I think it was good, but they held him out, I think.
Okay, so here's my take, and Matt and Brad, you can feel free to chime in for this. But during that time frame, Braun was kind of right before that happened. Braun was kind of being pushed as the new top guy.
Mm-hmm.
In that time frame, somebody took his spot, and he's not giving it back.
Your ruler has arrived.
Matt, Brad, thoughts?
Not wrong. And we knew Oba was coming up. And honestly, the problem, in my opinion, and I've said this before, I think part of it is Oba's promos are just knocking it out of the park. He's succinct, he's to the point, and Braun Breaker's just not there as a voice. At least he's not as squeaky as he used to be. Remember, I mentioned like his voice before did not seem menacing. He's gotten better, but now he's just a Steiner.
Yeah. Matt, thoughts?
I think you are correct, JD. I think that is a mistake on WWE's part because Oba, and I go back to what Vince said about Andre, and it was the same attitude with Undertaker and Kane and all that. Guys like that who are special performers but so big need to be seen very rarely. So when they show up, it's like Godzilla just attacked Tokyo, and like. So when we still get that with Brock, the Beast comes out and we're expecting someone to get thrown into the audience or whatever.
Right.
I think if they do that with Oba, next 10, 15 years, as long as you don't get hurt too badly, he's the guy. Right. But if they make him the mainstream guy, like Seth Rollins, mainstream champion or whatever, I mean, I hope Oba can fulfill that, but I think it takes away from the specialness of observing him. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I don't mean to interrupt, but can someone please send me a video that you think encapsulates that statement? Because I don't know.
You
Because I want to, it's like y'all are saying it's going to be Yeet and then Streets. So I need to know why the statements are being made.
just start watching NXT, Mike Santana.
Like right now, okay.
Like starting
Santana's
next,
is far better wrestler.
far better. Okay. Whoa. We are now truly overbooked. Mr. Laurence Knight is
Hey,
here.
guys.
How are you, sir?
Yo,
Excuse me.
And he is dying again.
He's bringing
Sorry
the
that I'm late.
plague.
Yeah,
He may be
sorry that
dying.
I'm late, but
Choking on that
better
live
late
rap.
than never.
No
Yeah,
worries.
it's good to be.
dying,
It's
but
good to
go
be
get
back
him up
after a
to-
long hiatus.
Yes, it is good to be back. And I'm looking at the chat, folks. We're at 15 likes, one away from our next goal. So let's get that to happen, and we can get Momo to come say hi again. Now, next on our list, we're just going to keep going around the horn, was Bradley Burnett. And you were given the task of the Ring General, Gunther. What do you have as your speculation as to the cool down of the Ring General?
Well, I don't know that we can. I think we're gonna have to demote him. Maybe the ring lieutenant at this point, because it's he got demoted.
Fatality.
I went back over this, and there's a whole lot of things that ultimately led to I think what bad happened for Gunther. First off, the worst thing is losing to Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm. True story.
By tap out, if I
would
recall
say something
correctly.
so.
Correct.
Keep going though.
You could say whatever the hell you want. It's going to be wrong.
Wow.
So there was already a downturn coming on there. Then he, of course, he got back the title, and then he lost to Punk. And when he lost to, it was a SummerSlam match, if I recall correctly.
Correct.
I actually watched it on the plane coming back from France, and it was a great match.
Great.
It was
match.
a well-told story. Great match. Now, what happened after that? Well, they kind of went on a new trajectory. He became the new legend killer, right?
Yes.
He took out AJ. He took out Goldberg, and he made John Cena tap. So it's like, oh, is this Randy Orton 2.0? Who's he gonna do? Who's he gonna wipe out next? What legend is close to retiring that Gunther's gonna take out? So this is his new role. And remember, he's always playing the honorable heel. So I think the thing, besides Jey Uso beating him, which is an unforgivable sin, I know he's crying about Jey Uso beating him
Poor
at
doggy.
WrestleMania. I don't blame him.
Wow.
He's traumatized. So we get to Royal Rumble, and he's eliminated by Roman Reigns. And unfortunately, I think this is a issue of booking, because they wanted to get Roman back on TV. They wanted to get him more hype. What has happened after that? Well, he got switched over to SmackDown, and he's in this weird feud with Cody Rhodes and then Sami Zayn. And guess what happened? Now he's booked against Nick Aldis.
Magnus.
I mean,
former NWA World Champion.
That's going to be a
The
good
bottom-
match. Hopefully.
It will be.
the
But go on.
the bottom line is but no one. That's the thing, though. You go from taking out Goldberg, AJ Styles, Cena, and now you're wrestling the. I mean, we know Nick Aldis is a real wrestler and everything.
Hang
But
on. Really quick.
Fatality.
you keep that up, Fractured, I'm going to subject you to Strange New Worlds.
Whoa. Okay. Go on, sir.
So really, I think what happened, and I'm not necessarily certain that like Triple H is just down on him. I just think that the story that WWE is trying to tell, probably with a little TKO interference to put on more recognizable faces, is pushing a solid performer, a future top guy, down lower than he should be. So I think it's an issue of bad booking and just politics at the upper level that's pushing a great guy down.
I think, and I said this in my video, with this career killer gimmick, they booked him into what is essentially a creative dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have any any quick thoughts on this?
It was too
Bad
soon.
booking. Bad
I
booking.
think, well,
Okay. Matt, go on.
this thing with Nick Aldis, this could be a nice thing if it were a feud, not a match. And like,
I mean, they've been trying to.
but these two guys could put on 4 or 5 good matches easily in,
Right.
in a nice, maybe the first match is like just a regular match. Then they do like a street brawl match or something, Then maybe one of them jumps the other guy in the park, whatever, like build something and then get to the big event where they have the knockout match. Don't just go straight from Nick Aldis interferes to Gunther beats the crap out of him at SummerSlam, even after a great match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Gotcha.
longer, even if it's not long term. Like we said this off the air, the only long term storyline going now is the 7-year bloodline arc.
Pretty much. Very much. Speaking of the bloodline, Mr. Matt, the unbearable 73, you were given the task of going over the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Your take, sir.
So I will be very succinct about this. To give to frame this, I will basically state 2 things. If you go back to Eric Bischoff's interviews about the change from when WCW was owned by Ted Turner to when it was owned by Time Warner, AOL, whatever. Originally, he answered to Ted Turner, and Bischoff turned WCW into top level product. Then, when he went to the corporate ownership, there was this group of 10 people who had no idea about wrestling, who used marketing and Q ratings and crazy ideas like the triple stacker ring and all that, like celebrities, and WCW went to the toilet. So let's look at Vince running WWE, right? Since he took it over officially, let's say 1982, but it was a transition between him and Dad, to when I say Vince had his stroke, which was early 2000s, he didn't have a stroke. That's when I think Vince.
Got you.
Yeah,
I got you, Matt.
Yeah. Anyway, but even after, he still had good moments of competency, but not like that 20-year run that he had, And Vince, with guys who had controversy, unless it was crossed a certain line like Benoit, where Benoit's existence was exiled after, the event with him and his family. Like he used the Hardys' drunkenness in storylines. He used the real life relationship problems in storylines. When guys would get into a locker room brawl, like over drugs or whatever, he wouldn't use the drugs, but he'd use the real life hostilities in storylines. When a guy would be punished for something in the ring, like misbehavior, and they did like Goldust. Goldust was the whole thing with him and Dusty. Of course, Dustin made it work. He used gold. So Vince is gone now. So what do we have? Triple H, who seemed like he was going to be Vince-like in early Vince-like when he took over, now has to work for this big corporate conglomerate of 10, 20 dudes or whatever. And Jacob Fatu comes along, and he doesn't have a major criminal record, but he has a criminal record. And all of a sudden, he markets himself into the top with the high Q ratings, high social media. And these corporate execs who don't really know the wrestling fans or the wrestling audience are thinking more like, let's get celebrities and like what we were saying a few weeks ago, JV gimmicks and all, like the type of thing we were talking about a few weeks ago. They basically look at him and say, we don't want this guy to be in the top picture right now, or maybe, I don't know if it's at all right now, but he's this big push. Now he's slotted in behind Roman, who is a clean face, a clean top guy, with the leukemia, so does that mean they're not going to work to rehab Jacob to their liking? I think it was corporate pushback was the primary influence in stopping Jacob.
I think it was when I think when he got moved over to Raw, his first program was against Roman. That's a feud he's not going to win. He's never going to get booked to beat Roman.
No.
And you have this person from SmackDown, all gas, no breaks, yada I mean, pillar to post, coast to coast. This guy was an absolute badass.
Yeah.
And he loses not one, but 2 PLE main events clean. No interference, loses them clean to Roman Reigns. And Michael Cole did the worst damage did more damage than Roman ever could have when he said that the Samoan werewolf has been neutered.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and make no mistake about it. Oh, sorry, JB, I thought you were done.
No, go on.
Jacob is the best of this generation of the Samoan Anoa'i, that whole group. You have to go back to like to Ming and to the Wild Samoans, and that day to get wrestlers as good as Jacob is in the ring.
And then it came to me. Now I was just gonna sit this out and let these three guys have at it. But what I saw Friday pissed me off so much. What the WWE did to JC Jane, who admittedly, when she won the NXT Women's Championship, I was like 99% of the wrestling world. JC Jane has won me over. I am a JC Jane fan. The work she has done, the work that she and Fallon Henley and Lady Reed have done, when they were coming up to the main roster, I was genuinely excited. And I even on this show said, within the first few weeks of them debuting on the main roster, they challenged, they beat down Rhea Ripley, and then the following 2 weeks, JC got pinfall wins over Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. That is a rocket being strapped to her. Then they did finally encounter their first loss, but then it was just loss after loss after loss after loss to where Fallon and Laney lost a non-title match against Brie Bella and Paige. That should have killed them right there, but Laney got a singles win over Brie, which then prompted finally getting those titles off of Brie and Paige and putting them on an actual team, as Fatal Influence this past Saturday won the women's tag team titles. And we're going to talk about what really pissed me off the most is there's now, which we're going to talk about in just a bit after the next segment. So just hold on to that thought, folks. But I'm looking at the chat right now. Again, we're holding at about 15 likes. We're 1 like away from talking to Momo again. So does anyone else have anything to say about, really quick, Jacob or JC Jane? Larry,
I've got
Larry,
something to say. I still don't like JC Jane.
Well,
no, let me step back. It's not that I don't like her as a person or that she can't wrestle. I don't like how fast they're pushing her over other people. You know what I mean? Okay. I mean, I get it, Fatal Influence, but I don't think that Laney. I think Laney Reed shouldn't have been pushed up as fast. There's people that are still there in NXT, like a certain goth princess, as I like to call her down there, that should have been called up. Yeah, that should have been called up before her. I'm sorry, but that's just, But and don't get me wrong. I mean, she's very good. I think Laney Reed she's excellent. She's excellent. And Fallon, I've been a fan of hers for years. I think she should have been on the roster, on the main roster. But I think that they're pushing JC too. It's like what they did with Roman Reigns in the beginning. Pushed her too hard, too fast.
Alrighty.
I'm
Anyone
an
else?
ego for
that.
Jesus Christ.
Fatality.
There's a program I think Ego can join.
Right.
I mean, you start admitting your problems and make penance and apologize for rooting for the Cowboys.
Exactly. Speaking of,
I refuse.
Speaking of,
think of your son.
Speaking of Left Eye Ego, last week Ego made a bit of a controversial statement when talking about the dynamic of the WWE Women's Championship. If I recall correctly, it went something like, "Fuck it, just swerve it right here. put the title on Maxine Dupree, the first
Oh,
Heyman gal.
that's right. That's right.
So
He's so wrong on so many levels.
So we're gonna actually give Ego as he said, you know what? Bring it, guys. I want all the smoke. So in this segment, we're gonna be bruising Ego's ego here. So, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, I'm gonna give you a 2-minute promo, sir, to prove your point, to sell us on why Maxine Dupree should be elevated to a world championship level. Sir, the floor is yours.
So, first of all, that I'm only going to explain to you why she deserves the title. I'm going to show you how it could happen because the stars have aligned and the Lord hath provided. First of all, she's actually the heel turn. She is the first Heyman gal. That deserves a payoff in and of itself because there's enough belief in her that she'd be the next big thing in the women's division. How do we get this to happen? Actually, this could happen as soon as SummerSlam. No problems. So we know that so far for the 5 women's challenge qualifier, we've got Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill on here with 3 open spots available. I know that Charlotte Flair is going to wrestle Nia Jax this Friday, and the rest are kind of like up in the air. So what I have is as soon as this Friday, I actually have Maxine Dupree come out, cut a promo, calling out basically, I would go with Nick Aldis and the GM for Raw, saying how this women's division is trash. Cuts a promo saying how you've got the elder stateswomen that are out here. You've got whatchamacallit, we've got women that she could call out. She could call Lash Legend the big non-factor. She can call whatchamacallit on here. We can call Jordan Grace, who was supposed to be the juggernaut. She could say she's cooler than alpaca toenails because since January 2026, what has she really done lately? You heard me correctly. I'm saying this would be her promo. And so what she says, I'm sorry. So Nick Aldis is out because he's preparing for his match. We got the Raw GM coming out saying this is the wrong show to do that. Do it somewhere else. She's like, I'll just make my own way. So I put up the 5 contestants here. How do we get to Maxine Dupree? Well, that's easy. Maxine Dupree actually will take out Chelsea Green before the match even begins. Replaces her in there. You've got Julia, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton. When this match starts, you're thinking Julia is going to be the one that snags the title. She actually winds up getting attacked by the one from hell, Blake Monroe, taking her out. Now we're left with Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Maxine Dupree. We actually wind up having a situation to where Tiffany Stratton is at the top, is about to grab the championship belt for herself, remembers the beef she has with Charlotte Flair, moonsaults off of the ladder onto Charlotte Flair. We've got Jade Cargill and Maxine Dupree. That's all that's left. Maxine Dupree grabs out the brass knucks, knocks her the fuck out. And actually we have Cargill landing safely on people that know how to do their job, and Maxine Dupree is the new champ. This is also going to start a feud with her with Chelsea Green, who is going to win Money in the Bank this year and be the very, very first woman ever to cash in Money in the Bank and lose.
JV, can I ask Left Eye a question?
We're gonna have we will all have a moment to do this here.
Okay.
Because this is the time where we're gonna roast this. I'll go first.
Can we start with affirmations beforehand? I need some positive reinforcement.
That's what your wife is for.
Go fuck yourself.
She doesn't give me that either.
You
That's what your baby's for.
You don't give me that either.
Affirmations? Talk to your dogs, okay? Because you're not going to get them here. First off, have you watched Raw? Paul Heyman walked away from the Vision. Where was Paul Heyman last Monday on Raw when the Vision came out for their segment? Nowhere to be seen. Wasn't on the show. Paul Heyman is not associated with the Vision anymore. Thus, the leader of the Vision is now Maxine Dupree.
Tomato cucumber. It's two different things.
Stop, sir. I will kick you right now. Also, Maxine Dupree is on Raw. This is for a SmackDown title. So if you were to do this, you would essentially move Maxine Dupree over to SmackDown. Are you going to move the entire Vision faction over to SmackDown? Stupid. Also,
Yes.
Maxine Dupree. If you go to this lovely little website called the SmackDown Hotel and you look at the roster, they have a section that says heel face. You push that, you look through the women. Maxine Dupree is listed in the low card. Low card, not the mid card, the low card. You're gonna bypass. You're gonna buy. So you want to bypass Alexa Bliss, Julia, Kiana James, Jordan Grace, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, basically Hall of Famers, to put her on a level where she could potentially go into Crown Jewel and challenge and have a match against Io Sky. You think she's on that level of talent?
You're damn right.
Do you think she's
damn right on that one? On that, you're right. Yes. All of that. All of what you said. Yes, I believe it.
Do you think she is on the same level as Io fucking Sky?
I didn't say.
We could have let him continue.
I said bypass all of those. Whether or not she loses the title to Io, that's fine. If you lose the title to Io, you lose the title to Io. She's the best. I'm just saying I'd rather bypass all those other people because they're going to be feuds we've already seen.
Next up.
Hold on.
Next up.
They're feuds we've already seen. That's all.
Now the next person to grab their skewers and begin the roasting, Mr. Bradley Burnett. I will give you please.
Look.
Go to town.
You've dug a hole so fucking deep. Even the Chinese people you're looking at now are saying, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Okay.
Fatality.
The problem you have with putting a belt on this woman is fine. Yeah, she's a great gimmick, but she's not a great enough gimmick to carry a belt. This is like literally. This is when you were in your Jade Cargill mode, man. Okay, she can't wrestle. She's serviceable. I'm sorry. Did you say unfair?
Unfair. At least she would be serviceable to at least get a shot at Intercontinental Championship. Do y'all think that Jade deserved? Do you think that Jade deserved the World Championship over a chance for Maxine Dupree to get the Intercontinental? That's all
I don't think Maxine Dupree deserves a. Do you remember when she almost got booed out of the fucking house in a house show?
That was a house show. There have been improvements been made.
You get booed out of the house show.
House show improvements have been made since then. When was the booed at the house show?
Okay,
was that
Joker? What am I misremembering things? Wasn't she booed out of?
She got booed out of a house show.
Was that the feud she had with the man?
In a match with Nia Jax.
Okay,
which thank God she didn't get hurt.
Now, we have said on this show that the little program that she had with Becky Lynch was fine, was fun. It was enjoyable.
It's manufactured.
But the problem is you put a belt on her, and then what's the next question? Now what? She got exposed. She is not a quality in-ring talent.
She is mid-card at best.
She is not credible in the ring to carry any title.
Chelsea Green is far more qualified to carry the belt and has been given a disservice. Maxine is a fucking gimmick. You can't put the belt on her and let it run because she doesn't have the independent ability.
Maxine is Stacy
Oh my God. Perfect analogy.
Keebler.
I don't even know who that is. So
tell you what, why don't you go Google? Hold on. Let's give Ego 5 minutes to go Google Stacy Keebler. He can just spend 5 minutes looking at her legs. That's as long as it'll take.
Matt, very quickly.
Well, first, Stacy Keebler is 10 times better looking than Maxine. But that being aside, Ego has a better chance of winning a women's title than Maxine Dupree does.
Wow.
Which title?
Any of them. You know,
Okay, I'll take that.
I like Maxine's heel turn. I think it was needed.
Yes,
I think she's
it's fine.
good in this role of like valet spokeswoman,
Yes.
evil girlfriend. Occasionally get in the ring and hit a couple moves. You know, she did deserve credit for going from being a total zero to a sort of a low to mid Carter type for short matches. But like, bro, I mean, you take home some of the anesthesia from your wife's labor and inject yourself or something, because your mind is somewhere on another universe if you think Maxine Dupree will ever have a top level title in WWE.
Okay, stop. Ego. Larry, it's your turn.
Thank you.
To counter. Wrong. I'm sorry. Wrong one. Wrong Larry. Sorry.
Okay.
Larry.
Lawrence.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to ask you this.
Oh, he's going face on.
Wow.
He put the face
Oh
on.
shit! The camera's on.
How many times did you run this scenario through WWE 2K26 before you generated it?
I refuse to answer that question on account with Kermit and myself.
Fatality.
I mean, that's all I wanted to know. Everybody else,
seek Shiro's approval for this scenario before you spoke it. Wow.
Yeah. Now, Maxine Dupree, look, improvements were made, but she would need a whole lot of work, man. I mean, I wouldn't even have her on Level Up right now. She would have to go all the way back and
to evolve.
Yeah, she would. And if I were her, I would ask to go. Now, can she?
If she was serious.
Yeah, because it can be done, but she doesn't naturally have what some of the others have. Correct. I'll even say JC Jane has it. She does. I'm just pissed off that they're pushing her too fast too soon, but she has it, right? So I understand where you're coming from. It's just the thought of her winning the world title at this point, especially with the names that are on that board, they could die and their corpses would still out wrestle her.
So here's what I want you to take away from this. I love your passion, sir. I love it, and I love the fact that you are willing to take the arrows. I love it. Okay, Maxine right now is in the best place for her, doing what she's doing right now. This is the best place for her as a valet, eye candy. This woman, her entire run in NXT had 0 matches. She did not wrestle once in NXT. WWE fucked her over, bringing her up to the main roster and wanted her as an in-ring talent. Mm-hmm. She is learning on the fly. Has she improved? Yes. Is she anywhere close to the level of talent that is even in a title picture? No, she is not.
I would like to add a caveat real quick.
Go for it.
Just because of our arguments does not mean that the WWE will not do something extremely stupid.
That's part of what I'm depending on.
Eric, sir.
You
just made the list. Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Oh, someone's gonna get banned from this chat.
Not from the statement, just from the support. That's all I needed. I appreciate the support. That's it. Thank you.
JV, I'm going to use Left Eye's logic right now. I disagree with his hypothesis of Maxine winning, but you know who I do believe would win if you threw them into that match that he said and would be women's champion? Jey Uso.
Your ruler has arrived.
I mean,
I still think his dick is too small for that.
We can call him the Queen of Oos.
I mean, you know what? I still think though Jey Uso would need help from Miss Parker to win that match too. I'm just saying.
He'd be vamping more. He'd be voguing more than the damn women, for God's sakes. He'd
Right.
still be eating his way down there. The match would be over.
Didn't he color his hair too? Didn't he color his hair?
A little bit.
It looks stupid.
What?
I thought we were friends, Lauren. I thought we were friends.
And then he got the girl nose stud too.
Yeah, he does.
I won't defend that.
Good.
Well, he's back to carrying Roman's luggage, so he just, think of it like a prison thing, a prison scene where they put the lipstick on it.
Fatality.
I feel like he's just going squeal, piggy squeal.
Laurence is coming on strong today. Okay, so speaking of other things that are irritating, we came across something Friday night that just irritated the hell out of me. And before I was on with Larry and Samio, the infamous on Friday, we briefly touched on it. But this involves the WWE Women's Championship and what's going into SummerSlam. So we're going to give a quick little thing here. They introduced the Interim Championship. Now, what this means is
I'm sorry, I missed this. What the F? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
So
did.
they're going to introduce an Interim Championship. Rhea Ripley is not vacating the WWE Women's title. In fact, Rhea Ripley is still the WWE Women's Champion. She is not vacating the title. What they are doing, they're having a series of 5 matches that will culminate at SummerSlam in a ladder match to crown an interim champion. Now, they have done this in AEW. They've done it in UFC. And I asked Matt prior to the show, the problem with this is if you are an interim champion, there's basically an asterisk next to your name. You are never on the books as champion.
Right.
Kind of. That's what they did to Sammy.
We're going to get into that in a second here. So we had the first 2 qualifying matches this past Friday. The United States champion, why is she in this? Kind of with the same logic as why was Liv Morgan in Queen of the Ring? It was Tiffany Stratton versus JC Jane. Tiffany Stratton won the match clean. No interference, no nothing.
She has a belt.
Why is Tiffany Stratton going forward? This told me one thing very specifically. WWE had no plans to put Tiffany Stratton on SummerSlam in Minnesota. The reason she is in this match is because she's been cutting promos for SummerSlam because she's from Minnesota, and WWE did not want to take the heat again that they got from Clash in Italy when they had Julia running promos for that show.
But they literally have 2 nights. You can't find a slot for the U.S. title?
This was my thought. This is what I thought was going to happen going into the match. I thought during the match, Blake Monroe was going to come out, do some type of interference or something, cause Tiffany the match. There's a match right there. So instead, you've got Tiffany Stratton going to SummerSlam instead of Tiffany, JC, and Blake going to SummerSlam. This is criminal. Then you had Nia Jax and Jade. Jade went over via disqualification because Charlotte Flair interfered, causing Jade to get the DQ win. We have been saying that the logical match was going to be Jade and Charlotte at SummerSlam. This match is just going to be absorbed into this ladder match.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Because Nia Jax, for the 5 or 6 fans of hers, she's going to get another shot at qualifying for a ladder match against Charlotte Flair. Guaranteed Charlotte Flair is going over. So that leaves 2 spots. You could have run Alexa Bliss, but no, you ran an injury angle on her.
She's not injured.
Well, but you ran the angle just to further the feud between Charlotte and Jade.
Oh God.
So now who are you left with? Sorry, Ego, it's not going to be Maxine. Sorry, but you've got Blake, who hasn't had any match yet on SmackDown. Jordan Grace, no, she can barely get matches on main event. Julia, maybe. This would be the only person who would actually benefit from this is Julia. It would get her on a premium live event. Let's say she wins, and for the little time, whatever, she's on TV with the title, get something for her. But this is the main reason why they're doing this, why they're doing this interim championship thing. WWE is terrified to take the title off of Rhea. They're absolutely terrified of it because of another thing. Because after this, you got WrestlePalooza in September. You got Crown Jewel in October. Who's ever holding this interim title is probably going to hold the title to right about the beginning of October, when the interim champion heading into Crown Jewel, got to build to that, is going to call out Io, who should walk out the women's world champion after SummerSlam. Rhea shows up, says, "You're not the champion. I am." They run Rhea and Io at Crown Jewel. This is the reason why they're doing the stupid interim championship, why they will not vacate the title. And I heard this with JD and Solomon last night. There used to be a rule, for whatever rule, if you did not defend your title once every 30 days, vacated it.
Mm-hmm.
This should be a thing. I'm going to let you guys, Ego, your thoughts on this whole interim championship thing.
My question was, by making her vacate the title, what does Rhea Ripley actually lose if she's going to get it back anyway? Otherwise, I mean, I was confused. It doesn't sound like she loses anything by being vacated, because it's a legitimate injury. So I don't see what she would lose by vacating it. It sounds like this whole interim title thing, it sounds like a bunch of TKO stuff that you would see on UFC. Like whenever John Jones was hurt and Daniel Cormier would take the title, I was like, oh, you're the interim title until John Jones comes back and winds up taking the title from you. So it reeks of UFC, and that's not what we do here in WWE. I don't like that direction at all, because what's the point in winning it if you're not even going to get 90 days with it at best? And it doesn't go on, I guess, from you guys are saying, is the official title of being the champion because you're interim. So the matches that you have post SummerSlam aren't going to matter, because all you are doing is warming the seat for Rhea Ripley to come back. And I get the appeal of Rhea Ripley. I'm just saying I'd like for someone else to have a title and have it a little bit longer. So I don't like this direction at all.
Brad, thoughts?
I understand that Rhea Ripley is a big draw. I understand that she is a very competent, skilled wrestler, but this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm going back years. Finn got injured when he won the Universal Championship. They did not create a temporary championship. It happens all the damn time. To do this just for Rhea, I mean, this smacks of favoritism.
Favoritism, big time.
And no reason to. No reason to. Like Ego says, like, she'll come back and then she'll make another run. It happens all the time. Literally for 30 plus years that I've been watching wrestling since the Attitude Era. It's normal. Why are we white knighting Rhea Ripley so much? Don't tell me the only person in the women's division is Rhea Ripley. You just let other people have a chance.
Matt, thoughts?
Well, we've talked about this before several times. I think WWE's current storytelling model is to simulate MMA. It's been that way for 10 to 15 years. A lot of short-term guys come out to challenge other guys for fights. Then they have a contract signing, albeit WWE style, where they brawl afterwards. And then they have the match. And then we all forget about the feud because it's one match, and then a year later, someone else challenge. That's been predominantly what they've been doing for 10 to 15 years. There's an occasional, like the 7-year Bloodline story and Cody's 4-year arc, and occasionally you'll get something else thrown in there. And that's the same thing with interim championships. That's an MMA, from real world combat sports type of thing to do. Now, if they did something creative with it in the storyline, where say other wrestlers complain, why does she have the interim or whatever, but they're not going to do that. We would have seen that already because they don't have any major ability to do storylines anymore. They just do this. Guy walks out and challenges like so-and-so to a fight, or Nick Aldis interferes in a match, so they're going to have a match now. Like, no, nothing, and what are we supposed to do as wrestling? We're all, I think, Ego, you were a longtime fan. We had a period of interruption. The other 4 of us are like, since we were kids, continuous wrestling fans, to some degree. We want to see the storylines, which the matches fit like at the strategic point in the storyline, not 2 weeks later. I challenge you for a title. Oh wait, you're the interim championship. Like.
All right.
This smacks of AI. I'm sorry.
Laurence, your thought on this?
I think that they've been watching AEW, stole the idea, and that's what they're telling Tony Khan. Hey man, you had a good idea, because now also as far as not having a interim championship, we're also forgetting. Let's not forget that Vince was running the show when Finn Balor got hurt the next night and lost. Vince was in charge. Completely different staff now. But if I'm Tony Khan, regardless of everything else, that's telling me is they just stole my idea. And what I'm doing is the right thing. And they're looking at us. Oh, and by the way, Bailey's contract is up pretty soon. We'll jump for that. But yeah, this reeks of favoritism, and it makes no sense because even if whether there's an interim title or not, let's not forget that if you have to give up a title, you have it's given it that the champion that lost has a return match clause automatic. So why would you?
That's baked into the lore of WWE. Right.
So it's like whoever the interim champion is, you're just cannon fodder. We know you're losing as soon as she comes back.
So this is what I think. Again, vacate the title. Have the ladder match. I'm fine with that. I like that idea. That's a fine idea. I love me a ladder match. It's great.
Yeah.
And have Rhea come back to then at WrestlePalooza or an episode of SmackDown. I'm not a fan of hot shotting titles, but hot shot back to her if the match at Crown Jewel you want is Io and Rhea, because WWE wants Rhea to get that one match, and where she finally gets a win over Io. If it's at Crown Jewel, there's no titles on the line. Neither one has to lose a title. All that she can is take a picture with that gaudy belt.
Vacate the title, like Joker says. Do the tournament. Do the ladder match, whatever, and then have Rhea come back. Hey, great, you're the champion, but you didn't beat me.
Right.
That's all it takes. There's your match right there. That's rocket surgery.
So, with 3 shows left, and WWE said they've got between 13 to 14 matches for 2 nights. These are the matches we have right now. For the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman versus Rollins. For the WWE Championship, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. For the Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. We have the ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Championship. For the Intercontinental Championship, Penta versus Chad Gable. could be the low key match of both nights. That match could be fucking amazing if they give them time. Give them 15 minutes. Don't script out anything. Just say, just
go.
as long as it is Gable goes over, you got 15 minutes, guys. Tear the roof off the place and let those guys fucking work. We also have Oba versus Brock, Hell in a Cell match. This may end up being the shortest Hell in a Cell match ever because neither of the matches went past 7 minutes. We have the 6-man tag match. The Bloodline, the Usos and Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys, and LA Knight. Oh, okay. Gunther and Nick Aldis could also be a low-key banger match. And just announced last night, Dominic Mysterio versus Danhausen for Human Monies. A money match. A money match. You know who else does the money matches?
AEW.
Tony Khan.
They perfectly missed to make the. I know it would prolong the feud longer, but you literally could have done this at literally Money in the Bank. Like,
You
missed
or you could stop this stupid fucking feud.
that too.
Now, we are talking. We just gave you a quick rundown of the matches of SummerSlam. We will give our official predictions next week, but that ties directly into the staple of this show.
Always keep a smile on your face.
And that is the Wednesday Night's Overbook Top 5. When we take a wrestling topic, we give our 5 best takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. At the end, Bradley Burnett changes his name to Price Waterhouse. Give us a definitive scientific answer for this topic. We're talking SummerSlam matches. And I'm looking at the chat right now, folks, with the last segment here. We are still at 15 likes. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, well, what are you waiting for? It's free to engage. Just go down, hit that thumbs up. We have a goal of 16 likes. And as long as you're doing the thumbs up, make sure that you keep looking down below. Look in the description, as you'll see all the links to our social medias. We all have have YouTube channels where we would love your eyeballs, your watch hours, your subscriptions, and your likes. So, if you don't mind, folks.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Alrighty. So we're talking our top 5 SummerSlam matches. We are allowed, because there's been a lot of really great SummerSlam matches, I allowed you to have as much as 2 honorable dimensions. I'll give mine first, and then I'll see if anyone else has any. My first honorable mention, 2011 CM Punk versus John Cena, title for title. The only reason it didn't get into the top 5 is they had the weird angle with Alberto Del Dumb Shit with a fake cash in, Kevin Nash being involved, whatever. It just fucked up the whole thing. And then maybe controversial. This may get some folks mad at me, but so close to making my top 5. 1994 cage match, Owen versus Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Wow.
That could have been one. That's a good one.
Does anyone else have any honorable mentions? Ego, go for it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I had the John Cena versus Daniel Bryan win in 2013. I kicked it because of the weird cashing on that one, as well as the one you described with the Alberto Del Rio cash, and it was just weird. Took away from great matches, but those are my 2 honorable mentions.
Okay, Matt.
I'll go. It was the early '90s. Demolition versus the Hart Foundation.
Nice one.
2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
Then Taker versus Stone Cold was a good one. But that was also the 90s. I mean, a lot of these are in the 90s,
Gotcha.
There was one with
that's your 2.
Sorry, it's 2. I was going to try to give them a more modern one. Kind of those.
Yeah, no.
So, okay.
Okay, Brad. Any honorables?
Well, I agreed with your first, Punk and Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What was my other? Hold on. Let me go back. Where'd it go? No, because that'll get me kicked.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
Punk and Lesnar, 2013.
Good one. Yeah. Little Larry. Any honorables?
I'd say, believe it or not, Warrior versus Rude. SummerSlam.
Oh,
that was a good match.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember that
That
one.
was before Rick Rude hurt his back.
All right. So LeftEyeEgo, your number 5, sir.
My number 5 is going to be Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, 2005, the ladder match for custody of Dominic Mysterio.
That's number 5.
I'm late to the game on this, guys. Okay, I mean my list is going to be incredibly skewed. Okay, I that's where I'm starting.
That's your number 5. Wow. All right. Brad, your number 5.
My number 5 is going to be. Hold on. Let me make certain I have the right date. I didn't write down the date. Shoot. God dang it. 2016. Cena versus AJ Styles.
Cena versus Styles. Okay. Cena Styles. 2016, you said?
That was 2016. Yes.
All right. Matt, your number 5.
Well, my number 5 was the only one that didn't come to mind right away. I had to think about it. SummerSlam, I went in 1997. Bret Hart versus Undertaker with Shawn Michaels, special ref. There are at least 2 or 3 special provisions, like Bret can never wrestle.
That's your number 5?
That's
your 5.
This doesn't bode well for me.
It doesn't bode well for me either.
Go on.
I'm just talking math.
Matt, go on.
Oh, it was my number 5. Oh,
Okay.
You want more? I mean, the other provision, Shawn Michaels, if he cheated as the ref,
Shit.
he was not allowed to wrestle for the title, but it ended with cheating,
Right.
And this was back when Undertaker was in his Phenom Dead days.
Right.
That's almost the peak of it. And Bret was just coming into like being the man, and Shawn was getting established. So there was a lot of great synergy here,
All right. Lawrence, you're number 5.
My number 5 is the Hart Foundation versus Demolition.
Hart Demolition.
Yeah. Well, I could have put them here and this is the honorable. It was so close,
Hart versus Demolition. My number 5, 1996. Probably what you would say might be probably the first experiment, which later became known as the cinematic matches. It's the Boiler Room match. Mankind versus the Undertaker. I had heard that everything that was going on in the Boiler Room, they filmed either early that morning or the night before the show. So the crowd is just watching this on the screen, and then they make their way into the ring, and then the big swerve where Paul Bearer hits Taker in the head through the urn, and you heard a thud.
Yep.
Just cracked him with Mankind.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
So that is my number 5. Ego, your number 4, sir.
My number 4 is going to be Shawn Michaels v. Razor Ramon, 1995, for the Intercontinental title, which was a ladder match. Great spectacle and some technical wrestling in there.
HBK and Razor, all right. I'm not mad at it. It's a good pick. I like it. Well, Steiner Path. All right. Brad, you're number 4.
That was actually a good ladder match, but not as good as the first. You know what makes ladder matches better? Adding tables and chairs. TLC 2 and 2000.
You mean TLC 1?
1.
I thought that was 2.
No, it was 1. 2 was
that 1? Okay. For some reason, I thought that was 2 for some reason.
Yeah.
TLC 2 was WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
Ah, shoot. That's right.
TLC 1.
Which, of course, got improved upon. But
Right. All right, Matt, you're number 4.
2008. It was part of one of the better feuds in that decade. Edge versus The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. That feud was top notch, and that was a top notch match.
Edge versus Hell in a Cell. Got it. Edge.
Well, that's what it seemed like. Edge versus Hell in a Cell would take, constantly throwing him into the cage.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I also love a good tables, ladders, and chairs match. But my number 4 is not TLC 1. 09 for the World Heavyweight Championship. TLC Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
This is Kill Switch Engage. The fire burns CM Punk still. He had the longer hair, the lip piercing. This was probably almost toward Punk's peak in WWE. Him and Hardy just had that match was brutal. That match was nasty. It was awesome. And it's my number 4. Oh, I'm sorry, Lawrence, I'm sorry. You're number 4.
wow.
My number 4 is Austin versus Owen Hart for the IC title.
Oh, that match. Oh, boy. Yeah.
What year was that? Was that
97, I think.
96, 97?
Yeah, I think it's 97. Yeah. Oh, boy. Ooh. That hurts me to think about that. Ooh. You know why that match is why folks go ooh on that during that match, right?
Which one was it again?
Owen versus Austin.
I think. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I read that. Yes, I read that. Yeah. I didn't know it was that bad, but I read that. Yes.
Botch.
Yep. Botched pile driver.
Oh, that's why I really stopped doing it for a while. Okay, got it. Okay.
It's also what messed up Austin's neck.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
It changed. It literally changed the way he had to perform in the ring.
Yeah, he became just a brawler. Before this, he had a lot more technical expertise, but now he just became a straight up brawler at that point.
Yeah.
And also, as he's saying now, the Stone Cold Stunner didn't help either.
Yeah. Well, because of jarring impact. Yeah.
That's what happened to Hogan's hips too.
All right, Ego, it's time for your number 3.
My number 3 is Brett saying I'm going to give you one hell of a match. Was with Bret Hart v. Owen Hart, 1984. I think it was a steel cage match.
Bret Owen Cage. It's a great. That is a great match. It's a great match. All right, Brad, you're number 3.
I'm going with a technical match. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, 1991.
Great match. God, that match is awesome. Love that match.
I mean, 2 technical wrestlers just putting on a clinic. Come on.
Right. And then you had Heenan on commentary because Perfect had the coach at the ringside. All right, Matt, you're number 3.
The same as Brad. This was one of the 10 best technical wrestling matches of all time. The story the guys told in the ring, regardless of what led into it, the show they put on, and this was Bret Hart's first singles title, by the way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to say that. Yeah.
So this is the beginning of Bret's big push. you'll find if you look at a lot of lists of the best SummerSlam, I was looking, Bret Hart shows up on a lot. Well, he's Bret Hart. We know. I wish he had him control.
Could Bret show up again later on? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah. Well, and so this match was my number 3.
Well, this was your number 3. So Lawrence, your number 3.
Bret versus Bulldog.
Ooh, nice one. Nice one. Bret Bulldog. Excellent match. That was in the Wembley.
Yep.
Yes.
Wembley.
92.
Yep. And Bret had to carry Davey Boy through that entire match because Davey Boy was drugged out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3, also Perfect versus Bret Hart. That match was awesome. And again, just 2 technical, just wizards, just going at it. And yes, Bret Hart's first singles title. All right, it's time for our number 2s. Mr. LeftEyeEgo, your number 2.
All right, I've got Shawn Michaels v. Triple H 2002. I believe it was significant because it was the first time in 4 years that Shawn Michaels had wrestled at that point.
Uh-huh.
And he told Triple H, hey, I can still wrestle. And that he did. It was a fantastic match. So I got that at number 2.
All righty. I'm not mad at that. Brad, your number 2.
I also have that as number 2, but I remember watching that. And I remember the build up to that. And like, holy shit, Shawn Michaels is back. And he's like the only person I legitimately, he's like the only person I trust is Triple H. Because I think he was still a little bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't certain if he could do it. And fuck, did he do it? Holy balls. That was a great match. But, you know, backstage, there's truly friends. And he's like, the only person I trust at this point, be safe with me, is Paul Levesque. And they went out there and they put on a fucking awesome match. And the build up to it was so good. And Brett just wrestling, I'm not Brett, sorry. HBK wrestling in freaking jeans the entire time.
Yeah.
Jeans and cowboy boots.
Yep. All right, Matt, your number 2.
Well, it's been mentioned before, TLC 1. Prior to this match, these guys had fought in like 2-man tag, hardcore, and with tables or ladders or whatever. It all came together to the first TLC match, and these guys put on a show that they somehow did better at in TLC 2. As amazing as this match was, they somehow improved on it, you know. So, and
which I believe the start of this was the SummerSlam the year before, when it was the Hardys and the Dudleys just in a tables match.
Yeah, there was a series of matches with these teams, and there's some other guys involved, but these teams getting like on their others' nerves and having a hardcore match or stuff coming out like props and whatever. And this was again long-term masterful story building, and it led to this. And these guys put the show on, you know.
All right, Lawrence, your number 2.
TLC 1.
TLC 1. All right. Alrighty. My number 2. Again, I love me a ladder match, but TLC 1 did not make my top 5. There was another ladder match where usually there's a prize at the top of the ladder to get to. This prize was an 8-year-old little boy named Dominic Mysterio. As Dom is proud to tell everyone that he's a 20-year veteran. This match between Eddie and Ray was fantastic. The story going into it was great. You had the Vicky got involved in the match, and it was Vicky who ultimately did the most babyface thing she's ever done in wrestling, is turn on her husband to prevent him from ruining a young boy's life, which he ends up being the de facto dad of
Wait. What do you mean de facto dad?
So my
Don't do this to me.
my number 2, Eddie versus Ray, custody of Dominic match. Alrighty, Ego, it's time for your number 1.
This is the first time I ever watched a match and wondered if someone was still living after the bump they took. It is Hardy Boys v Edge, Christian v Dudley Boys, 2000 SummerSlam. I can't even remember if I saw this live or saw the replay on it, but it scared the bejesus out of me. I was like, you know what? You shouldn't show a murder on live television like this ever again. I got number 1.
They did earlier. It was called Hell in a Cell with Mankind and Taker.
Right.
Take 2 murders.
All right, Brad, your number 1 is?
I'm going with Brett and Bulldog. I mean, obviously, we know what Bulldog was suffering, but still, it was. First off, let's forget. Was this the first time they went overseas for a major?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh yeah, for a major.
Yes, I mean, and you got the British Bulldog. God, why couldn't he just stay sober for one fucking night in his home country?
Oh my God,
good Lord,
he was so messed.
But still, I mean, they still put together. Yeah.
What? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He was wrecked during that match. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Brett had to carry him literally through the entire match, and because he was so high,
skills.
Because he was doing meth in the hotel lobby bathroom with guess who? The Anvil.
Yeah.
Y'all are lying. Like before.
No, this is serious stuff, dude.
Yeah.
This is the dark side of the ring. Go watch the dark side of the ring, man. Don't watch WWE and Real. Go watch Dark Side of the Ring. You'll see all the dark shit. Still,
yeah,
it
not
was
just
still
us, Left Eye.
This is it's still, regardless, also shows the skill and again excellence of execution of Bret the Hitman Hart. Fuck you, Goldberg.
Right, Matt, your number 1.
Probably predictable by you guys why number 1 would be, but it's been mentioned before. SummerSlam 1996, the first boiler room match, Taker versus Mankind. The goal is to escape from the boiler room and claim for Paul Bearer. As you mentioned before, Paul Bearer was just the first betrayal.
I believe so, yes.
I believe so, yeah, like you say. And it was obviously filmed at other times for parts of it. So that's a cool thing where you can set stuff up maybe at safe spots that look worse than they are, and with the thematics. And funny enough, this led to Mankind doing promos out of the boiler room and dragging people in there.
Correct.
After this, Taker goes Minister of Darkness, and they started dragging people into the boiler room to sacrifice them to the Undertaker if they couldn't do it in the ring. Like the boiler room became the place for evil to happen, you know.
Right.
That or raiding Vince's house with a sledgehammer, for evil to happen.
Right.
You know, so that's my number 1.
Shocking.
It's true.
Lawrence,
Damn true.
your number 1 is?
My number 1 is Bret versus Perfect.
Bret versus Perfect. Okay, go on.
Great pure wrestling match, but at the same time, even though both of them are technical geniuses, the ruthlessness that I saw, I was like, man, as a kid, I believe that they genuinely did not like each other.
Right.
It hit them turnbuckles hard. So, but yeah, just a technical match that at the same time looked like a straight out street brawl. I mean, It was well done.
My number 1, I kicked someone out for having this match too low. In my opinion, this is the best SummerSlam match. You had story, you had genuine people who did not like each other. I think amongst all 3 of them, because in 1997, nobody liked Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Nobody liked him. Bret Hart didn't like him. The Undertaker didn't like him. So they were using, as we have said, this natural animosity to put it in the ring. And the story was, if Bret got disqualified, he could no longer wrestle in the United States. If Shawn Michaels showed the bias as a referee, Shawn Michaels would no longer be allowed to wrestle in the United States. And then you had Taker coming in as the champion. This match went for like half an hour. This match was just awesome on every single level. Undertaker versus Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, special guest referee, is my number one.
And for a little further context, JB, was it 4 months later we had the screw job? So the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart story, you know.
And then I believe this also started leading into Shawn Michaels and Taker at the Mania.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, that's of course, but yeah.
They may have had one or two good matches.
A few, maybe, just a few. All right, so before we get our totals here, because we had a lot of great stuff in there, but I think we have a clear number one, a very close number two, and a very solid two-way tie for third, I think, is what I'm looking at here. We still have one like left, folks. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, make sure that you do. So, Mr. Price Waterhouse, what do we have as number three, number two, and our top and our best SummerSlam match of all time?
I'm seeing a tie at number three with Brett versus Bulldog and Triple H versus HBK with 8 points.
I have the same thing, yes.
At number two, we have with 14 points, Mr. Perfect versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Excellent match. Excellent match.
And then just edging out TLC number one with 15 points.
Yep. So,
and let's be honest, like these are all awesome matches.
Momo right at the end. Hello, Momo. 16 likes next week. Not one, but two special segments to start the show. Thank you, Momo, as we're about to show for ourselves. That is the show for tonight. Be sure to tune in next week as we'll be talking about WWE Unreal. We're going to look over that and, oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. We'll be talking about some possible contracts coming up, big names, our official SummerSlam predictions as well. A lot to talk about in next week's show. But, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, baby's torturing you, wife doesn't respect you anymore. What do you have coming up, sir?
I'm going to try to get Ordinary Games resurrected on Sunday. Hopefully, if I can do that. It's either going to be live while the baby is sleeping or live during a baby bottle feeding for an hour. We'll see what happens. So hopefully we can get that set up for this Sunday.
Interesting. Mr. Duke Devil 95, what do you have coming up, sir? Captain Duke Devil 95.
Well, on my channel, we have, of course, Wormhole Watch. We are back on our normal schedule because last week I finally edited it by Thursday night. Way of the Warrior, go watch that. We have well over 700 views where
nice.
Gary Beekler, Nerdrotic, joined us, this guy who wrote a book, and he has a small channel with like 1.3 million subscribers and was like talking to.
I mean, he might have given that video now a boost.
Maybe. I mean, he did have, he was talking to Piers Morgan a little bit before coming on our show. So,
yeah. Wow.
Otherwise, this week, actually, I do have a review of the Doomsday trailer. We're all doomed. It's not great. It's very blah. And some dude named Samael the Infants. Laurence, have you heard of this dude? I don't know if you know this guy.
Yeah,
He sounds familiar, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you see him now and then on a Friday.
Maybe
he actually joined us. He joined us this week for the DS9 episode, The Visitor, and none of us showed tears on screen. We held them back.
Avatars.
Yeah, well, I was actually not an avatar, but
you know who you should reach out to if you're gonna do if you want to do a show. I don't know if you're still going through Deep Space Nine. If she might not even be in town. Is the real Joe Rosie? She Deep Space Nine. That is her. She loves that series.
talk to me later because we're going through the entire show.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
if she's in town, like I said.
And the illuminating, aerated Terminator. What do you have coming up, sir?
Well, we'll be on Roman's show, which I think is the summer break after that.
Yep.
The Roman show, so we'll be talking to JB and I for sure will be on that. And that's kind of obviously next week here at Wednesday. That's kind of what going on social media wise.
Alrighty. And Mr. Laurence Knight, what do you have coming up, sir? Glad you are back.
Thank you. So you guys can catch me this Friday on Abyssal Musings with what's that guy's name? Samuel,
some tentacle guy.
Some guy, some guy named Samuel.
Hentai something.
Yeah, or the I don't know, the voluptuous or infamous, whatever he calls himself. You can also catch me on Rogues Gallery on Friday with Iron Oxide. I believe we're doing Iron Cast tomorrow as well. And that'll be it for now.
Ready. And yes, as it was said, I will be on with Roman of the Empire tomorrow. Free range, multiple topics, general the world of pop culture before Roman goes on his little summer break. Because I think the week after that, there's something happening in my town. I don't know what's going on. But maybe I don't know. Right after SummerSlam, right? It's Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic meeting here in Las Vegas, and also next weekend, SummerSlam, Saturday and Sunday. At least myself and LeftEyeEgo will be on half hour after each show to give Brad as well. You gonna be here, Brad?
I will join Saturday.
Yes, we will be a half hour after the show to give our initial gut reactions to the latest premium live event for the WWE. But until that time, I would like to wish everyone a great rest of your week. Keep talking, keep smiling, keep watching the Family Feud, obviously. And until next week, take care and always have fun.
Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Ah!